Hey there, guys. Today we're gonna do a new series, which is a review of history games on CoolMathGames, because I'm poor. Anyways, so today we're gonna be looking at pre-civilization Bronze Age. Yeah, you got some, right off the bat, we got some spicy artwork here. Really brings out that vibe that you find when you're back in the ancient era. However, on the downside, my game is completely froze, giving this game a 0 out of 10. Just kidding, stuff like that happens all the time. Right, Todd Howard?
Right, Todd Howard. Right. Fallout 76. Yeah. So,
Anyways, first off, when you play this game, you're going to have to pick your tribe difficulty. You have Settler, Chieftain, and Deity. Do not pick Deity unless you want to get your ass kicked. I would recommend doing Settler or Chieftain. And oh, there's the game thing, but that's not the game's fault. That's the recording stuff's fault. Whoops. And since I'm an alpha Chad, I'm not going to do the tutorial because I know how to play this game. Now here is how you play this game. So first off, you're going to put all your farmers here because this is the meta of just literally placing everybody on food. And you want to get your farming. So that's pretty good, I would say. And there we go. We got refugees, which refugees are actually pretty good in this game. And these are going to give us even more farmers. High threat usually doesn't mean anything so far. And it's not going to mean anything for a few more turns. At least until I think about 5500 BC. So, but don't quote me on that. So, yeah. Just put all these farmers in here until we get up to 20. Ooh, what's this? It seems we are being raided. Oh no. So I find that in these situations, the outcome is always dependent on enemy army strength and the cunningness of the leader. It never depends on the if they're trying to enslave you or pillage you or whatever. Um, so, anyways, when it says army strength low, like army strength, if it's low, then pick fight. If it is high, then don't pick fight. If enemy leader cunningness is low, then pick cheat. Always pick cheat if the enemy leader cunningness is low because that's going to save your soldiers' lives. Um, However, if I find that if they're both medium, usually it's a 50-50 chance of cheating to work. Try to flee. Most of the time it works unless it's a high army strength, high leader cunningness. Then it usually doesn't work, and it's usually just better to fight if you have a huge army, and I mean huge. Do not fight a high army strength raid if you have a small army, like ever. Alright, but enough of this. Is trying to get some points across. Let's get into some actual gameplay here. Let me show you what the game has in store. So, if the game will unfreeze itself. So in this situation, we're most likely want to go to fight. 3 people died. However, when you fight, your army gets more experience, which increases their strength. which makes it easier for you to win battles. And we have successfully assimilated that one refugee. One. Okay, just one. It took so long. Like, everybody just apparently just had to put him over the sacrificial bonfire about 50 times before he accepted to join our culture of literally eating bark off trees. I'm pretty sure that's what we do because we're a bunch of mentally insane people. So, anyways, in this, I would recommend after getting your cultivation and mud brick, getting advanced stone tools. Once you get that, wait a little bit because now that this threat is high and since we're getting raided, it is a problem. Usually, if it's still pretty low, if it's like under 25, it's probably not that big of an issue. But if it's over that, then yeah, definitely cut back a bit on assigning people to places. Okay, upper class development. So what this does is, if I click allow, I'm gonna lose some of my food output, but I'm gonna gain culture, which lets me get more text. If I refuse, the opposite happens. Well, not the exact opposite, because I just don't get culture and I don't get any more food. And in this situation, since we're getting such a low population output, I'm just going to click refuse until the later date. Right now, we should be focusing on upping our population. Okay, so here's where you can build all your buildings. All these buildings give you a different buff. And the wonder of the world, well, that will grant you victory and you will win the game. Keep in mind that depending on your difficulty, this number may change. I think in settler difficulty, it's just 500,000. This is for the medium difficulty. Chieftain, I think it's like maybe 3 million. It's something crazy. So, anyways, we're going to build mud brick houses. The last thing you want is your population limit to hit maximum, because that means you can't get any more people, which is a very, very bad situation, just overall for everything. All right, so we're going to put a few more people onto mining here. Okay, so here's the situation. So this is one of those high things I was talking about. And when you fight, if you have a big army, just keep in mind a big army changes from which era you're in. Um, you will win. However, I have lost all of my troops. I'm gonna take 2 from the mines. All right. So we get our lower threat again. All right. We're gonna click cheat because we do not want to lose people. Now here you can choose get livestock, which is going to give us more food, advanced stone weapons, which gives us more strength, or mysticism, which is basically religion, which gives us more culture. I would recommend getting livestock. It's only going to give you 2 at the start, but after the next tech, it's going to give you up to 7, just like the mining. Okay, sometimes you'll get buffs out of nowhere, so when you says people have found a rare resource, tin deposits, this will give you more resources in whatever kind it said. Okay, cheat there. Remember, guys, cheaters never prosper, because that's what they always told us. Yeah, I'm sorry about the ads over here. I can't remove them. If I turn on my ad block, it's just the game's gonna flip out. I mean, not the game. The site's gonna flip out and be like, "Oh, turn off ad block." It used to not be like that. Fortunately, it's like that now. So you get all these bad pop-ups. Like, what the frick is this even? So yeah, okay. So we're gonna click fight. So I've played quite a bit of this game. I wouldn't consider myself a master, but I know a meta basically. So the riot, when you get riots, um, depending on how many people are rioting, choose accordingly. If it's just a few, punish like a medium amount, then bribe. If it's basically the entirety of your civilization, then just click agree. It's better than just punishing all of them because that's going to give you a large culture deficit. Well, if you click the right thing, it's only going to give you a small one. Oh, I think we just hung some people. Oh, no, they didn't have gallows back then. Okay, I'm dumb. Right, so this is the last deck. It's going to give us more strength for our army. Barracks is also going to give us plus 50 strength. You're going to get these two in the in the standard era. And okay, put a few more on farming. And keep in mind with this, the amount of years that clock by depends on which age you're in. So now that we're in this age, the years are going to clock by slower. So since we have a high threat, we're going to keep it a little bit down. We're also going to put some people in there. Right. So we get a whole new branch of tech, which I'll branch down. So what I would recommend getting first is either boats or bread. Either is pretty good, but I'm going to get boats. Which fishing gives you a huge bonus until you're in the end game, which it's not really that good. Alright, well, thank God that was a low threat raid. Oh, here we go. Okay. This is a very good refugee income right there. Alright. Unfortunately, we've reached our population limit. However, we just got a bunch of people. Okay. Now we're going to click on Stonebrick housing, which is going to give us plus 1,000 population limit. All right, we're at low food now, unfortunately. All right, so the corral, which is a fence, it's going to give us a more people are going to be able to work in the fields with the livestock, which is good because we need more food. Now we have a output of 8.1 people per day. I mean, tick. So, I mean, if I was outputting that many people, I'd practically be dead because reasons that I would not like to talk about. It's almost like there's a thing called overpopulation, and it's mostly prevalent in nations like China and India, unfortunately. But because of their high population, there's not enough food to go around. Also, because of the class divides. Unlike in China, where instead of getting class divides, you're literally going to get arrested for betraying the government in any way, shape, or form. That means insulting them or doing anything. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, get called out, Chinese government. Get called out.
Ooh, they got wrecked. So anyways, what just happened was a war. Um, I usually just click war because why not? If you click yes to a war, you're going to get more threat. However, there's another option which is pay off, which is going to make it so you get less food. I'd recommend you choose accordingly. All right, next we're going to get. Wait, should we get bread? Yeah, let's get bread. It's going to give us more population. It's going to give us more food, actually, from farms. All right, next step. Probably going to get copper working. Just going to give us a extra 70 people to work in mines. Just going to make our resource production go way up, way up. Let's see. So next we're probably going to get veterinary medicine, which is going to give us plus 30 here. I know I'm a madman for having this much threat on my small community. Alright, just avoided another raid. Alright, next thing. This is going to give us plus 100. I'd recommend, especially in the next era, definitely do 2 bronze working. Like, you're going to research it twice, which is going to give you about 3,000 extra, which is pretty good. Right, wharf, it's a dock. It's going to give you plus 100 to fishing. So yeah, there we go. Now the next thing, you want, probably going to get irrigation. It's just going to give us a frick ton of space to have farmers. And we'll put the rest of the miners in. About 100 farmers. Alright, neighbors raid. Fight them off. Should we get that or no? Let's build up some more research points. So let's kind of stockpile them for the next era because we're gonna need them. Like really need them. All right, we already got the next tech, which is copper weapons. All we need now is trade. Just gonna grant us marketplace. I forgot to mention that some of these give you grants to build new buildings. So wait, what's it? All right, so we just got copper weapons, which is going to give us a lot of strength. It's cheat. All right, temple, which is going to give us plus 100 to worshippers, so we can get more culture. Right, invasion. This thing is pretty. This is going to give you a high buff, depending, usually. Now, you can, when it's an invasion, you can raid a enemy settlement, which you can enslave their people, take their culture points, or you can pillage them. Since we're doing pretty okay on population, I'm just going to stockpile research points. Slaves gives you more people, pillaging gives you more production points. We're going to get trade. There we go. Push that up to 300 farmers. We have 2 turns left of this era. Let's get the rest of these lads in there. Right. Gonna get riding, which is gonna give us horses. It's gonna give us a huge strength. But yeah, I can't speak English today. currency, which is going to give us a bunch of culture and production growth. And also, because of this, we've researched inflation. Yay! I can't wait to inflate the economy. Right, so we're going to get that bronze we're going to talk about. Bronze weapons. Spicy. Codeful. And next thing we're going to get is the mega structure, which is going to give us the grant to build the pyramid. Right. So we still have a while left of the game. A pretty long while. This game will last until turn 120, but you can play past that if you so choose. Alright, so this is something I didn't talk about. Dynasties. These are going to be good or bad. They're going to give you buffs or debuffs. In this case, I got Feeble one, which is going to give us minus 20 strength, which is pretty bad. You can also get Idleness. I think there's one of Gluttony, which they just like eat all the food for some reason. Probably because they're a bunch of fat fricks. All right. Alright, so the smith, it's going to give us a bunch more ability to build production points, and we get roads. Does roads do nothing? They just look nice. Alright, we're going to get the mega structure. Okay, we got that. Alright, let's see. Alright, now we're just going to file in a bunch of miners to, ooh, new trade routes, okay. Depending on which one you choose, you're going to get a buff. Egyptians are going to give you a farming buff. Phoenicians are going to give you a fishing buff. Greeks a culture buff. Hittites a production buff. I'm going to choose the Hittites. You can choose whatever you want, really. It doesn't really matter. It's a pretty small buff. Alright. So, city planning gives you a bunch of max pop. We don't need that yet, though. So let's just get selective breeding. Right. Ooh, that was not a good idea. Oh, praise Jesus. That was a risk worth taking. Gonna get our second one of bronze working. We're gonna put a little bit more on there. Marketplace. It's just gonna cost 40k, not that much. It's going to give us culture and production buff. All right. Completely forgot what it gave me. All right. So next one, we're probably gonna get monotheism. Get a bit of a culture buff there. Actually, now that I think about it, we probably need more farming. Which I'm gonna take care of now. We need more food. More people. There we go. The more farming output. Alright. Okay, so development. This is literally all development does is give you the ability to have more workers in whatever field. Right. That's up there. 20 turns until the end of the game. Alright. Now I hope that I don't lose. I haven't played this game in a while. We don't need city planning yet, so get better bronze weapons. Right. Have about 1,000 people on farming. Better. I'd recommend taking bronze weapons up to level 5, maybe 7. gonna need. Oh, ooh, okay, yeah, I think I'm just lost. Unfortunately. Yep. Fortunately, I think I just lost. Oof, that was one of those situations where you can't really do anything about it. So we're just gonna put everybody on farming. Alright, build a granary, which is gonna give us a bunch more people to work in the farms. Yeah, I think we've lost this game, unfortunately. Idleness. Oh, that's even worse. Alright, minus 22 minus 20% production. It's not good. Yeah, we have 10 turns left. We're not going to be able to make it. Locust. Oh, this is. No matter what you click here, it's going to really screw you over. Yeah. It's going to kill a lot of people. It's just overall bad. Just bad overall. Yeah, I think we've lost. Might as well add a few. Lag. So. Ooh, okay. Yep. We have 8 turns left. We're getting our ass handed to ourselves here. Alright, mine's going to give us a buff to production, more people. At least I think it's more people. No, it doesn't give you more people, it gives you better production. Okay, so since I know I'm going to lose, I might as well tell you about these two. Walls, they give you plus 100 strength. They're pretty handy. I wouldn't recommend building them until if you know you're going to win and you have enough resources to build both the wall and the Wonder of the World. Wonder of the World gives you overall just a boost to culture, food, and production. It does not do anything to strength, I don't think. At least I didn't see anything about strength. Right. So we have 2 turns left. We've lost technically, fortunately. So there we go. And we lost. Now you can keep going. You can build up a huge, and I mean huge, empire. Just keep in mind, like I think I've like turned 360. Yes, I've played for that long. You will hit a wall where the threat will go up to 100, and the game's like, okay, you just gotta stop, buddy. So, and basically after that, you're just done. So I'm just gonna exit out. All right. So that's the end of that. Overall, this is a pretty good game on CoolMathGames if you're looking for something strategy based. So, anyways, I rate this a 7.5 out of 10. So, yeah, that was the video. If you're watching this and you want to give me a suggestion for a game that I review on CoolMathGames next, let me know. And comment which game you want me to do. But I'm thinking next review, we're either going to do Mainland Wars or The Final Earth. Because that's epic. Because there's only one more Earth. Alright, so there's one thing that I missed, and that was going over the refugee system. Of course, if you click accept, you get the refugees, and depending on how compatible they are with your culture, you'll get either a small or medium or large culture debuff. However, if you just refuse, nothing happens. You don't get the new pops. However, you do. Okay, that was bad. I cannot speak English. So what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to get the pops, and you're not going to get the debuff. And that's literally it. As I said before, leave suggestions in the comments if you're watching. I will literally play any game on there, no matter if it's freaking um, the hardest game or like I will actually play the hardest game because there's I completely forget what the title's name is for the game, but I will play it. I'll play that anywhere from there to like freaking baby game. I will literally play baby game and do review on it. All right. Till next time, bros.